And there is evidence to show that by correcting poor diet, you can prevent cancer.
When you think about cancer prevention, do you think that one of the most powerful things we can do is to focus on what we're putting inside our bodies?
Yes. And, we've learned about cigarettes a long time ago, and there are other foods that have got a higher risk of cancer. We talk about, processed meats, for example, that's increasingly been seen as a cancer risk. But I suggest that the main risk in cancer is just poor diet generally. Too much fat, too much carbs, too much sugar, all at once usually. And that strains the body in a way it wasn't meant. And there is evidence to show that by correcting poor diet, you can prevent cancer. Increasingly, that's accepted.
I'm pretty sure that the cardiovascular diseases are the single biggest killer.
Yes.
Still.
Cardiovascular in the West, we're talking about, so in developed countries. Catching up, I'm afraid, in other parts of the world where they adopt more Western lifestyles. But that's a combination of food and poor, low level of exercise that we're putting our finger on there. There's also cardiovascular disease is another form of long-term inflammation. And increasingly, that's been understood. It's not just fat or cholesterol or blood pressure. It's an inflammatory mechanism going on that's causing the harm. And that's increasingly accepted by cardiologists and such.
So if I'm trying to reduce my chances of having some kind of heart-related issue, are there any herbs or any products here that you think are beneficial?
Mostly it's the food when we're talking about long-term cardiovascular health. We have plants that we use to manage cardiac or cardiovascular problems. I mean, the classic that a lot of people know about is the hawthorn or the mayflower. But the hawthorn, particularly the flower and the leaf, used to be a regular home remedy that people used to use and drink as a tea for all sorts of reasons. But we can now see regular hawthorn leaf consumption as a preventative for some of the problems of cardiovascular. Just as an example. I would use spices as my main go-to to help to fend off cardiovascular problems because they all have vascular benefits.